In Capital News tonight, President Magufuli directs leaders in Morogoro to resolve conflicts between farmers and livestock keepers. 250 betting machines seized in Dar es Salaam. And in sports, police ban a press conference called by former Simba Sports Club sponsors board chair Hamisi Kilomoni. Good evening, this is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Vanessa Victor. Let's get started with the national news. President Dr. John Magufuli has directed government leaders in Morogoro region to ensure the resolve disputes between farmers and livestock keepers in some districts of the region. President Magufuli gave the directive at Kisaki in Morogoro when he was addressing residents of the area after disembarking from the train while en route to Rufiji in Coast region, where he will launch the Rufiji River Power project on Friday. He also directed executives from the Ministry of Energy to distribute power in areas without electricity.
I urge you, livestock keepers, through your union, to stop grazing your herd on farms. This is the last warning. Sometimes they go to graze at night. In the morning, you find that your crops have been eaten up. I would like to give a directive to regional commissioners. Honorable Regional Commissioner, you are present today. So is the district commissioner. Save farmers' crops. I would like to see a day when someone visits this place and it has developed like Dar es Salaam. We will bring electricity amongst other things. This is just the beginning. We are with you. We handed over the job to supply electricity to rural areas to TANESCO at the set rare price of 27,000. We've specified 574 areas for the year 2019-20.
Tanzania Revenue Authority TRA seized 250 betting machines at Mikocheni area in Dar es Salaam, which were imported into the country as spare parts for betting games, but instead they were assembled as betting machines. The acting manager of TRA, Tilala Zone, Stephen Kauzeni, said the machines were seized in an operation implemented by the authority after discovering that many entrepreneurs in the betting business were not following regulations.
These machines, as you see them, did not come into the country as they are now. They were brought into the country as pieces of equipment which they would then use to repair their machines which were already faulty. I would like to say that the person who imported these machines into the country is called Mtizien Bandari. He is a businessman who is based in Mbeya region. However, when we followed up on details about him, we discovered that he had stopped being a businessman since 2014. He had a trade name which he used to use, which was Bahati Jackpot. These machines that you see here are 250 in number. If these machines had been imported into the country, they would have meant that the government would lose an amount of 25 million shillings per month. These machines are supposed to come with certificates from laboratories. This is important because we need to verify that they are quality machines coming from accredited gaming laboratory. For example, the machines which you see here all use what is called a random number generate, otherwise known as RNG. Now, such features of these machines, like RNG, for example, assure us that these are machines which will not abuse the rights of any user. Thus, if these new machines do not have crucial features like the RNS and others, they will not give us that confidence which we need that they cannot be used for cheating.
And the Prime Minister, Kassim Majaliwa, has launched an investment forum in Ruvuma region, saying that investment in the industrial sector will speed up economic growth. The forum is being held to promote investment opportunities in Ruvuma region.
Uwekezaji wa viwanda ni miongoni mwa mambo ambayo rais wetu ameyawekea msisitizo, ikiwa ndio njia ya kuinua uchumi hapa nchini kwetu.
Muimbili Orthopedic Institute, Moi, started to construct a special laboratory for brain surgery. Speaking in Dar es Salaam, the executive director of Moi, Dr. Auspicious Boniface, said that they will use the upcoming Southern Development Community SADC Summit to sensitize leaders of member countries to use the lab, which is the second in Africa to have top quality services.
It will be a theater for neurosurgery. We will do construction work and install the machine. We expect that by October it will be ready and will start operating. Funds have been received and experts who had gone for training have also returned. There will be SADC heads of state and delegates coming for SADC meeting. So we will be advertising so they can refer their patients to us.
One day after High District Commissioner Lengai Olisabaya seized 14 acres of land from Asante Tours Company, the investor has come forth and said he owns the land legally. The investor, Cuthbert Swai, said that he bought the land from the village government 8 years ago, while High District Commissioner said that the land had been given back to residents of the village and that the investor must pay them compensation.
He did not take the farm from me. It is marked by beacons. The farm in question is 30 meters within Kikavu River Valley. The law specifies that in big rivers, no human activity is permitted within 60 meters. RPC has provided security in Waruwaru Lodge, of which I'm grateful. I was asked by the OCD to go to Hai to give a statement, but I was in Takukuru at the time.
Residents of Gairo district in Morogoro region will start to get access to clean and safe water after the government bought a water cleaning plant. This comes after the Minister of Water, Professor Makame Mbarawa, directed Serengeti Company, the contractors of the water project, to make sure the plant is installed by the 30th of August this year.
The government has invested at least 10.6 billion for this project, which has taken such a long time. You will agree with me that the engineer was hopeless. He took too much time, and I will not award him any other contract because he delayed availability of water in this area. We can no longer work with such contractors who don't care for the needs of Tanzanians. We are not loyal. We must reach a point where we decide not to tolerate this anymore. Our Prime Minister was here and he made the same promise, just like you. We had former presidents who came and promised to deal away with water problems, but it was never resolved. Availability of water before the fifth government came into power was just at 25%, but now we are talking of 33%. After the Serengeti water project is completed, it will rise to 55%.
Mbogwe District Council in Gator Region is currently faced with the problem of high tuberculosis cases, with miners from gold mines being the most affected by the disease. The district also faces a shortage of centers for testing TB samples.
Mbogwe is surrounded by mines, so there is a lot of people interacting, which could lead to the increase of people suffering from TB. In 2017, at least 187 people were diagnosed. The rickshaws will be used to get to areas close to town, but motorcycles will be used to reach rural areas. We've received this aid and it will be used as intended.
Residents of Naliendele village in Mtwara Mkindani Municipal Mtwara region, who are alleged to have illegally invaded land belonging to Mtwara Agricultural Training College, have opposed a report on investigation of the dispute, which shows that they have been compensated. Addressing the resident, Mtwara District Commissioner Evod Manda urged them to accept the report, and for those who are still dissatisfied, to go and see him.
We believe that the committee has treated us unfairly. This matter should be thoroughly looked into. Let justice be served. I've been here for a very long time, since the 70s. There are some young people here who are refusing to leave. But you must settle legally. Do you have supporting documentation? The report shows otherwise. Anyone who has documentation is not denied the right to come to my office. You will be listened.
Imetafiti ikaangalia ikasema kwa mujibu wa kumbukumbu za ofisini na mazingira yalivyo ni kwamba hili eneo ni la mati.
That's all for national news. International news is next. And in international news, the Minister of Defense in Uganda is expected to appear before the Disciplinary Parliamentary Committee in order to respond to allegations of disrespecting the Parliament. The minister is alleged to have said that Parliament was an institute of little importance and that the Speaker was not an accountable leader.
And I put the question that the question be put, those in favor say aye, the contrary no. I put the question that this matter be referred to the Rules Committee, those in favor say aye, the contrary no. I'm not happy to be in this seat today because part of the issues raised concerning the issue this week is to establish whether you actually said those things.
A day after the finance minister was replaced in Kenya in a mini reshuffle due to his alleged involvement in corruption, President Uhuru Kenyatta of Kenya has called on Kenyans to support his efforts in fighting against corrupt government officials.
I ask that all Kenyans should come together so that we can unite and work together to fight against corruption and to ensure that public funds are used to ensure that we have improved the lives of our fellow Kenyans.
Tuzidi kukaa pamoja kama Wakenya, tuungane.
We must come together even more as Kenyans and see that this fight against corruption continues and reaches a successful conclusion. If we can prevent corruption, we can save 800,000 billion Kenyan shillings each year.
Ambayo tunaweza kuwa naye kupande ya maendeleo.
And civil society organizations in Beni district in the northeast of the Democratic Republic of Congo have threatened to go on strike following increased killings of people within the district.
People are tired of the murders, and it is because of this. This is because they have found no solution even when they have cried out for help. Every day, they come and slaughter people like they are animals, and the officers here do absolutely nothing.
The Security Department in Mombasa, Kenya, has received more than 100 youth who were members of illegal groups. The Deputy Commissioner of Police, Eric Wamulevu, has said that the government will help the youth to be integrated in various communities.
Who have agreed to reform and embrace peace and also change their lives, them to identify what they need to do, and then we can work with the civil society groups here and the county government to see how they can be assisted to become better and change to reform to be part of the society.
And the Security Department in Bujumbura, Burundi, has destroyed fishing gear and boats used in illegal fishing activities. The illegal gear was seized at Kibenga Ward, Bukumi area, which is said to be used by criminals who bring into the country illegal weapons.
Over 50 canoes and over 1,000 illegal fishing nets, and the situation was very dire. The people we have caught will be taken before the legal organs so that justice can be served. This area is close to the DRC border, and it only takes a few minutes to get to Congo by canoe, and thus a close eye must be kept on it because it may be used to smuggle in weapons and other illegal materials that could endanger the safety of this country.
That's where we leave off with international news, but do stay with us. We'll be back with business after this break.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
To be rich, I have to be a business person.
It's not an easy road at all.
People need to understand. You must quickly think, how cost effective are you going to be?
Business acts as a way in which it can bridge that gap.
Business Edition will keep you informed on latest developments in the financial sector, extractive industry, tourism, agriculture, energy, construction, and so much more. Meet entrepreneurs who create employment opportunities. Watch Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back, and in business news. The Deputy Minister of Agriculture, Mari Mgumba, has banned cooperative leaders from allowing cotton to be bought from farmers without paying them.
I want to call on all cotton buyers, as it is best they respect the agreement made between them and the government. In the agreement, they assured us that they were coming to buy all of the cotton from the farmers at 1,200 shillings. I also want to warn them that we acted as a guarantor for them at the bank, and that they were given money by the bank, and that they should use the money to buy the cotton and not for other purposes. I warn AMCOS and its leaders that I had already banned the taking of cotton from farmers if there is no money in return. It is the responsibility of AMCOS to protect and ensure that it is safe, and if anything happens, I'll catch all AMCOS leaders and then jail them.
Mobile phone company Vodacom has launched a campaign called Tudi Bebe, which aims to provide financial education to youth from the age of 14, particularly on how they can use their finances for production activities.
Through digital technology, it can reach many youths, as in the past, there may have been programs like these which required face-to-face interactions, but now, through mobile phones owned by many of our stakeholders, they can either use the mobile phones, either those with smartphones, or by going to the website to get the video and other content. If they do not have a smartphone, they can call through an IVR number and get the information free of charge.
Fruits and vegetable farmers have been urged to increase production in order to meet consumer demand, which has continued to grow within the country.
The market is certain that no farmer will refuse to produce, because these harvests are the ones that get spoiled quickly and need an assured market. We want to have farmers with goals and strategies to enable them to meet their goals, and as well to set a time limit for themselves. If you do not have these three things, then go and start working on them today. It does not matter where you work, or if you are a public official or a farmer, the goals are still essential.
That's all for business news. Sports news is next.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's going to be dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's going to be dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Joaquinho, he did lose some length.
And in sports. Police today banned a press conference that was called by the former Simba Sports Club sponsors board chair Hamisi Kilomoni, claiming the conference was illegal. Here's more.
There has been a back and forth situation between Mzee Kilomoni and Simba's current board, with the former chair of sponsors board claiming he still has mandate in the club, which he claims is not following regulations in the sponsorship process. Simba Sports Club management said earlier that Mzee Kilomoni is no longer in the sponsors board and he has no right to speak to the public about Simba issues. Kilomoni was to have a press conference at his home in Kinondoni, Dar es Salaam today when the police interfered and took him to the police station before letting him go later.
Tanzanian soccer legends will participate in this year's Standard Chartered Cup, where the winning team will be able to visit Liverpool at Anfield.
I really appreciate this initiative from Standard Chartered Bank, because the issue of engaging legends in football is one among the issues which have been done in Europe, as like everywhere you can see that event like this. So my engagement in this event, Standard Chartered, is one among the, it's a really pleasure for me to be here, because it have an impact, direct impact to the football development in Tanzania, because legends are always used to inspire the youth everywhere in the world. So the Standard Chartered Bank, this decision to use these legends, especially like me, is one among the issues I really appreciate.
The key things which has changed this year, last year we brought a Liverpool legend who came here, and he really supported us, especially the youth team. He trained the Serengeti team. And this year we have just decided to go differently. One of the key things we've decided to do this year, we have decided to bring something called local content. We want to join a local legendary. We have a local legendary, and you have seen Ali Mayai, who was here today, just to make sure we collaborate with them to develop youth sports in the country.
Yes.
Mamadou Sakho is suing the World Anti-Doping Agency for £13 million over claims a drug test error ended his career with Liverpool. Here's more.
The defender, now at Crystal Palace, was suspended from football for 30 days in April 2016 after testing positive for fat-burning substance following a Europa League first-leg tie with Manchester United. That meant the Frenchman missed the Europa League final against Sevilla in Basel, and he has also claimed in a High Court hearing a place in France's squad for Euro 2016. Sakho was cleared by UEFA's disciplinary board after it found the substance in question, higenamine, was not on WADA's prohibited list. The governing body then published a report that was hugely critical of WADA, suggesting there were doubts among experts about whether higenamine was among a group known as B2 agonists, all of which are banned by WADA, and pointed out that WADA's laboratories do not routinely test for the substance.
Everton has made an inquiry into signing Moise Kean from Juventus, who are willing to sell the forward for £40 million if a buyback clause is inserted.
Told Ademola Lookman to RB Leipzig for an undisclosed fee on Thursday and would like to make Kean, a 19-year-old Italy international, a marquee summer signing. The clubs are due to open talks to establish whether a deal can be struck. Juventus' asking price is higher than Everton want to pay, and the Premier League club have reservations regarding a buyback arrangement. Juventus want that set of around 60 million euros. Kean has 1 year remaining on his contract and will likely sign a new deal if he stays at Juventus, because relations between the club and his agent Mino Raiola are strong.
Newcastle United have announced the signing of the Hoffenheim striker Joe Linton for a club record fee believed to be in the region of £40 million.
I'm really happy to be here, Joe Linton told the club's official website after signing a 6-year deal. The 22-year-old Brazilian has been handed the number 9 shirt, leaving the Bundesliga club after 4 years, 2 of those spent on loan at Rapid Vienna. The kid's got talent and exciting time ahead of him, Steve Bruce, the Newcastle manager, said. Joelinton is the first arrival in turbulent summer in which the former manager Rafael Benitez left after his contract was not renewed. Newcastle have confirmed that the fee is a club record, exceeding the £21 million paid for Miguel Almiron in January.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin. On behalf of everyone who worked to bring you this bulletin, my name is Vanessa Victor. Thank you for watching and have a good night.